Hello, and we're back. I'm reacting to a video of an idiot. Yep, an idiot. So this guy, he went to Thailand and he had it in his mind that the woman he was dealing with was actually a sincere girlfriend. I know, right? He's like, this guy must be the first time he's in Thailand, and it's also weird that some of these guys get kind of like in love with these women, because like I've been to Thailand and I'm gonna tell you for a fact these women only love money. You might find a rare lady that would actually mess with you for free, but other than that you would have to give them some sort of financial incentive to keep hanging with you, because like they need some money. You know, someone's hanging around with you constantly. What are they gonna live on? Yeah. So let's see what this guy has to say.
She's supposed to be back by 3 a.m., which is late when you have a girlfriend. That's late, okay? For either you're someone's boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, wife, and you're out to 3 a.m., that's kind of late.
Meet Michael Alexander. He's a Black American from Chicago, Illinois. He's a documentary film producer, and he's decided to make a permanent move to Thailand. And of course, if you're in Thailand, you will enjoy all of the great things that the country has to offer. The internet, the infrastructure, the tourism, and then there's this. Oh yes, cheeks. And cheeks typically cost. Sometimes clapping cheeks can turn into something more. And this is what happened with Mr. Michael. He was dating a chick who was in the freelance business. She was selling her cheeks. And instead of just focusing on just clapping, he was able to maintain some kind of long-term friendship with her. He went back to the States.
This is what you call a simp. So they saw this guy coming. So if they said like he maintained a long-term friendship with, so he's been sending her money, and they just kept him on file. Like, oh, we got an idiot here. Right, let's just keep him along and see what we can get out of him, and then we chuck him away. Because they just look at this guy and they see it. They see him coming from a mile.
He was still talking to her, but then
we lost touch for maybe about a month and a half.
Lost touch? She went on to another guy. Lost touch. This guy deluded. Lost touch, you know. He went on to another guy and got paid from another dude.
Or something like that. And the next thing I know, she got married.
Damn, Michael.
There we go.
The one that you were clapping ended up getting somebody else.
That
most
was
likely
fast.
A white guy. Because see, this lady already had like 2 or 3.
I'm gonna tell you for a fact. I was in Thailand, and as soon as I hit the shores of Thailand, I looked at my phone. My Tinder was going off crazy. I had so many matches, and I decided to take a few of them seriously. Met a girl, went out to the club. She was okay. She had a friend with her. I think the friend might have been a man. The friend looked hotter than her, and anyone that looked ultra hot in Thailand, I assume is a man, ladyboy. But yeah, I stopped talking to her for like a week. The next minute, I'm looking on her profile, she's all loved up with some guy. A week later. These people going on loved up trips all around the world. I'm like, what? That was fast.
3 kids. The guy was sending her an allowance of about $3,000 a month, paying for her kids to go to international school. Yeah, I mean, it's really crazy. But wait!
Dang, man. But wait.
There's a solution. You see, this freelancer kind of cared about Michael. You see, she wanted to keep him around. Even if she wasn't going to be letting Michael clap her cheeks herself, she had a solution.
The weird thing is, the first time she tried to set me up, she tried to set me up with her mother.
Oh my god. Her mother. That's like leftover hand-me-downs, man. It's like, I got a simp here for you. Like, oh, that guy? Yeah. Imagine that's insulting. Imagine you're dating a woman and she try to set you up with her mom. Oh my god. This guy, they must look at this guy as desperate. Oh man, and the whole thing just seems gross as well. Man.
I was like, that was a curveball. I was like, I would totally feel uncomfortable with that. Forget about the fact that her mother is much older. It's just the fact that I had been with her before physically, and I just, that was weird to me.
That was weird to him. By that time, I would have gone. I'd be like, nah, this is weird. It's like some sort of incest, It just seems strange.
Got him! Oh yes, guys. The freelancer wanted Michael to clap her mom's cheeks. Now, Michael is not the youngest guy in the world. And even though he might be in his upper 50s or 60s, he was not down to clap no older cheeks. Michael, despite his maturity, wants to clap younger cheeks. So
she asked me if I had found a Thai girlfriend yet, and I said no. So she wanted to introduce me to her cousin.
So Michael starts to date the cousin. Obviously, the cousin looks good because he moved her in.
This is sad, man. They're just passing this guy around to different women like, hey, you need money? I got a guy for you. He's old, but he has cash.
Clapping her cheeks. And not only that, he's giving her about $300 a month in allowance. And again, she's staying there rent.
$300 a month. That's not really anything, really. I can understand why he's keeping her around, but at the end of the day, these Thai women aren't fools. He's giving her $300. She's getting more money from someone else. If she comes back and she's just on her phone constantly, she's getting money from someone else.
Free. He's literally bought a living girlfriend. Give him a round of applause.
Give this guy a round of applause. Simp of the year.
This new Thai girlfriend, well,
basically she'd get home, take a shower, say 2 words to me, and then unfortunately get on her phone.
Oh my god. That's how she treat this dude? That's how she treating you? God help us, man. And you giving her $300 a month? Know what she's doing on the phone? She's talking to other guys. She's setting up other links. So she ain't really out working. When she said, oh, I'm out working, she out looking with other guys. So this guy's just a houseboy. They're looking at him as like a houseboy. He's like a butler.
And then go to bed.
I mean, imagine being a guy of his age. You're living in Thailand and you're dealing with this chick who you've just met that is basically not speaking to you. Every now and again, you're clapping, but there's not a real relationship. You're still paying for her and letting her stay in your house, although she is at work, not responding and stuff like that. But then,
work? What type of work?
It gets worse.
She said that they had some maintenance work that needed to be done at her shop, and that her and a co-worker, they would be staying at the shop all night or until the work was done.
Maintenance. This guy, it's like the older these people get, the dumber they get.
And she would send me pictures of...
Imagine, someone saying you have this maintenance work, and then you have to be sending the guy pictures just to prove.
Her by the time clock,
Oh my god, pictures by the time clock. That's the oldest trick in the book.
Showing what time it was and that she was actually at work and not doing something else, right?
So this...
Unless there's like a digital clock and there's a TV show with that could have been taken any time. Oh man, this is hilarious.
Chick is going outside. Number one, she's saying that she's at the restaurant all night due to mandatory maintenance work. Yeah, I bet I know what kind of maintenance she was doing. She was sending him pictures of her standing by a time clock, proving that she was at work. That means that they are lying. If they really want to show you where they are, they would share their location or anything else like that. So please watch out for that trick. But
that trick, you know, I mean, these type of tricks, they work on people who aren't internet savvy. So they're looking at this guy and they see he's old. A younger person would know to check someone's geolocation and say, send me your geolocation, and you know where the person is. That's what happens when you're older. You're not really with the times.
there were more red flags.
Then I was told that she had to go around an hour away from where I live, or we lived, hour and 5 minutes away or so, to do some training at a different location, and she would be gone for 2 nights. And of course, when she was there, she wouldn't pick up the phone.
So she leaves again, this time for 2 nights. And when she was supposed to go away to this place to go work, she refused to pick up his phone calls or video chats, instead only sending suspicious photos. So imagine you got this girlfriend and she's going somewhere. You're trying to check on her, which is hard to do when you're not even in a real relationship. But I guess, hey, whenever he was clapping the cheeks, those cheeks must have been extraordinary for him to be doing this. Only for her to not pick up the phone, answer the WhatsApp chats, or respond to video calls.
Damn!
But this right here,
They put 100,000.
It's crazy, man. I mean, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, is this guy starved for attention? Is he starved for love?
Anything. She won't clean up after herself. She won't clean the shower, even though she's taking 2 a day when she is home and in there for an hour at a time. Won't clean her hair up, won't clean the shower, won't do anything.
it's one thing
Damn,
to
this girl
be
nasty.
a chick who isn't being responsive. It's another thing to never want to come home and lie and take pictures by big ass clocks and stuff like that. It's another thing to say that you're at work. But the breaking point for me is that you're a woman in Thailand and you have a problem with cleaning up after herself, tidying up the shower, your hair strands are everywhere. And I mean, this is like the youngest guy in the world, okay? He's like 50s, 60s. He's an older guy. So as you can see, when he was walking in the video, he was relatively walking, but you know, he's not like a younger guy anymore. So that means he has to go and pick up all of this slack, extra energy, when he could be working, doing his documentary stuff and everything like that. Furthermore, one of the reasons why dudes want to deal with women in Thailand or in the DR or in Africa, one of the biggest selling points is that they're very domestic. And to be honest, almost every female that I dealt with in the Black American community was like very, very, very clean. Like they have to do more than the women in your community. And the reason why that's the case is because you have to do more than the men in their community.
He's right, you know.
So the fact that you're paying for a chick that is giving you less quality of service that you can get in the States, that's difficult to accept. And then
It's really, you guys wonder like what type of life he was living in the States and what type of women he was dating, because I understand Thailand, he's got I would hopefully think the woman that he was with was reasonably attractive, more than what he would be dealing with in the States. But the quality of what he's getting, is it really worth it? And it feels like he's been putting up with a lot of bull from some of these women. Like between the last lady he was dating and the woman now who tried to pass him on to her mum, then on to the cousin. It's like, this is gross. You know, this guy's just being passed around from one lady to another, and he's just accepting it. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure. Alright, the cousin looks better. You know, it is weird that these guys are accepting this behavior in this country. Yeah.
But there's a gift that I purchased for her, like a fool. When she moved in, she had an old iPhone. So I bought her an iPhone. So I bought her an iPhone 17 Pro Max. So it, it was a penny. It was like 50,000 baht, right?
So after all of this happened, he decided to buy an expensive iPhone 17 Pro Max, which cost, I think what he said is 50,000 baht, but I think that's more or less.
Knowing them and the way they work, because I've been in Thailand, said it before, 50,000 baht, they would have sold that. They would have. They've seen this guy as a fool. They're taking this guy for a ride. So he spent 50,000 baht. You know how much they make every month? They've sold that and they put that in their pockets. They're laughing at this guy behind his back.
That's almost about $1,500. So imagine you have a lady who is not doing anything that you ask of her, and then you buy this phone for her, and you buy this phone for her hoping that she will change. I see this strategy in this guy. He's trying to get her to act right. But fortunately, rewarding bad behavior never gets anybody to act right. I mean, I've tried it as a boss. I've tried it in relationships. It doesn't work. Whatever they could from him and just bounce. So the problem is, why did he have so much respect for this chick that was a prostitute herself? I don't know that. I'm not trying to say that all prostitutes are bad or anything like that.
The thing about Thailand, the majority of the women are freelancers. Because there's so many tourists coming through. When, as I said, I was on Tinder. A lot of the matches I was getting, everyone was at FL. So when I asked one lady what FL means, it said freelancer, and they are quick to send you their number and start talking prices. And they are very quick to say, "Hey, what hotel you at? Let's meet up." And to be honest with you, do not go to Thailand and enjoy yourself, but do not get caught up with the women. That's when your holiday will start to deteriorate into something you wouldn't like. Because I've been there, and man, as soon as I started mixing up with the women, that's when things started to go downhill for me. I was like, no, I can't mix up with some of these women. Even though, even the men, or lady boys, like a lot of what I had experiences that is with people matching up with me in Tinder, meeting up, and then saying, "Oh, by the way, I'm a lady boy." And I'm like, why didn't you say this in the first place? Luckily he never got that happen to him, man. That happened to me. Someone matched with me, and I think, oh, this is a hot lady, and turned out it was a lady boy. The person actually come to meet me. I'm like, yo, you should have said this at the beginning. But people over there, it seemed like people there, maybe they thought I was accepted of it, but I never knew. With this guy, as I said before, everybody I seem to have matched up with on Tinder, not every single woman, but the majority were freelancers, and they wanted some sort of money for their time. And the fact that this guy has, I don't know if he's getting old and his brains ain't working anymore, but I'm a bit younger, and I kind of saw through it in the sense where I decided to not mix up with the women too much, because I matched up with maybe 3 women, and one of them came to my hotel room and decided to try and take pictures of me and steal from me. So that's a story in itself. So we had one lady boy, one stealing from me, and another one disappears with some other dude a week later. So these women, they already have their ducks in line when it comes to where they're getting their money. You're just another dude in the long line of foreigners that they're matching up with, getting money from. And that's what we kind of see from this story of this man who seemed to blindly fall for their tricks. And you kind of think to yourself, like, has this guy never had any female attentions from the way he'd been acting with these Thai women, buying them gifts, You know, you could have been like, man, if you've never been around a female, it's like some of these guys, you think yourself like, man, come on, you acting like you've never had female attention before. I went there, you get a lot of attention from the females, but that's because they're so hungry for the money. You know, you go down Soy 6, the woman will jump at you and pull you into a bar. You know, you go down Patong Beach, the women will approach you, and they'll be hot women. Some of them will be men that look like women. You have to be very careful. You know, ask your questions, ask them about ladyboys, because they won't tell you until the last minute. And by that time, they're trying to drag money out of you. So be very careful with that. Always ask, are you a female or a ladyboy? You know, and some of them will lie to you and then they try to get money, because nobody really is messing with ladyboys. You know, there's the odd person that's into that. I wasn't into it, and I said to myself, I'm out. You know, but you have to look at things in perspective. Like, man, these guys they act as if they've never had female attention. For you to be falling for such easy, simple tricks. And you know, people need to just understand that when you have no support network around you, these women are just looking for the next guy to finance their lifestyle, finance their life. And when they found someone that's stupid enough to do it, they pass them on to the next one when they've got someone else. And that's what's happened with him. The other lady he was dealing with, she got married, and then now they tried to pass him on to the mum, then the cousin. So, but look, I understand some people are lonely, but sometimes it's better to be lonely than to have someone using you constantly for your money. That's all I need to say. Sometimes it's like, for me, when I was in Thailand, I enjoyed myself because I had peace of mind that I ain't financing some lady with some sort of game playing she's at. I ain't dealing with no ladyboys or freelancers. I was just enjoying myself. My money was my own to spend on what I wanted to do, my activities. Once you start getting into the women, your money's gonna go fast. And guess he's living there now, but for me, I was on holiday, so I didn't want to get involved in anything that may disrupt my enjoyment of Thailand. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'm out.